We're having our daily briefing with the news media. I'm SALDANA, Emergency Management Coordinator for Hidalgo County. As you all know, we've been working on operations basically since Wednesday of last week regarding our rainfall and another significant impact on Friday afternoon that affected several areas. Excuse me. As of Friday, we have evacuated about 150 people from different locations. Since Friday, as of today, we have removed basically 95% of the water from the LJ subdivision. Last night, approximately about 8 p.m., we did an open cut trench to 907, which is Alamo Road, between Alberta and Trenton. That helped out significantly with the water flow to a drainage pipe on the east side of Alamo Road. We had 5 pumps going on at one time. We weren't making any headway. That's when the commissioner and Mr. Cecile from our drainage district made the decision to meet with TxDOT to get permission to open cut 907. And we got the permission last night about 8 p.m. We did it, and it's starting to make a significant impact to those subdivisions. We're still asking the general public for patience. We are doing a diligent effort amongst all county employees, municipal employees, irrigation district employees, drainage district employees. We all have band together to make an effort to alleviate some of these floodwaters from our communities and neighborhoods. So please be patient with us. Now I'm going to turn it over to Commissioner Palacios.
Thank you, Chief. When we first started, we found 21 immediate affected areas. That's in the rural area. City of Edinburg also experienced a whole lot of drainage issues or floodwaters in their areas. On the map, you can see where we've been hit significantly. Of all the areas, we have reduced our locations now because water is finally getting to the outfall, and a lot of the work that we're doing out there has made a significant difference. As the Chief was saying, probably the heaviest impacted area was that Tower and Owassa location, where they've received anywhere between 8 to 10 inches. We had flood areas of almost 4 to 5 feet. All that water has recessed into the ditch. A lot of the pumping operations that happened alongside of the North Floodway has received a lot of the waters, and now that water's gone. Our immediate area, I think, where we have a lot of focal point right now is off the Alamo location. That's where the Chief had just advised us that we had done an open cut ditch last night. It's receiving anywhere between 2 to 3 million gallons of water every 24 hours, so we should significantly see a difference coming into the first 48 hours. So we're hoping to get that area resolved. One of the things that we're also doing is making sure that our roads are safe. We understand there are a lot of potholes. We've had a lot of washout. As soon as it's drying out, and we're helping our efforts by pumping and removing the waters from those areas, we're going to immediately look at repairing, at least making them safe for the general public. We do have some road closures. We continue to we have those barricades up. We want the general public to just respect those barricades as well. Now, of the pumping operations, we are asking the general public to please allow us to do our job. We are there for the benefit of that affected area. We're moving water. We did have an incident yesterday where a pump was turned off. We went ahead and addressed the issue, explained what our operation was all about and how we were mitigating the waters. The resident did understand it, but the affected landowner feels is very, very, they're very frustrated. They're very eager to see this water go out. We're there at the site to try to explain our operations. I want to say that for the most part, we've been received very well by all the affected areas. They know we're doing the best we possibly can. Again, we are working with all of our partners. I do want to say that our partners come as far as Sullivan City all the way to Cameron County. We have workforces from irrigation district groups to Border Patrol. We got drainage district, we got cities, we got resources coming from everywhere. So I want to give great commendation to all of our partners. Without them, We could have never done the work and have the progress that we have today if it wasn't for them and all of the help that they're giving us. At this time, I'd like to turn it over to Raul, and then we'll move over to the city. But Raul, obviously, he oversees our drainage district. He's been paramount in helping us address where we need to get the water to. And I just want to turn it over to Raul and give you an explanation of where we're at.
Just real quick, Raul Sin, General Manager, Drainage District Number 1. It's basically just again what has been said already, that we're moving water as efficiently as possible. Our drainage system, our main drain system has receded, has taken in all the water. We're basically probably about half capacity or quarter capacity in the area, so everything's looking good. My staff has been checking out the systems. We don't see any issues with water backing up. There is a little area on the north side around Alamo Road, mile 18, 17 and a half, that area, Terry Road, and that area that we're looking at to see what's causing some of the backup in the ditch. It could be some trash and debris. So we keep asking the residents to make sure that they refrain from any type of littering or trash or dumping to the ditches. It doesn't seem like a big issue, but it does become an issue for us, clogging up our systems. But aside from that, everything else has been shared here with you. We've been just monitoring the situation, working with the precincts in my office to make sure that we're finding ways to move water. Obviously, the most efficient way to move water is through gravity flow, and that's what we've been doing. That's why we cut Alamo Road. We thank TxDOT for working with us to get that road open, or the road cut open, and we're going to continue to do pumping operations where we cannot get gravity flow to continue to move water over to our system. So that's where we are right now.
RAMIRO, Edinburg City Manager. I just wanted to report to the public a few items. On behalf of the City of Edinburg, we want to thank the county for their continuing collaborative effort with the City of Edinburg and all the areas around us. We've done an initial assessment of areas around the city. The areas in the city have been affected have been over 10 different areas. The areas that we're assessing have told us that we have seen about 300 homes that have been affected. This is within the areas of the city boundaries, about 22 businesses. We've distributed about 7,000 sandbags in the areas in our downtown square, which covers the City of Edinburg, and also throughout the county. I think it's important to note that we are stressing to the public that whether you're within the city or the county, you're gonna get the help, whether it comes from the city or the county. We're working real closely together so that the residents get the help that they need. We do still have some roads that are closed, and I just want to report on that. 17 and a half from M Road to Doolittle is still closed. Kenyon from 17 and a half to Richardson. Doolittle Road from 17 and a half to Monte Cristo. And Rogers between the Expressway West to Klosner. Richardson has been open. That's the area from M Road to Doolittle at this point, largely thanks to all the partners that have been mentioned. And we continue operating our Emergency Operations Center with the City of Edinburg, and that's principally to just get all the coordinated calls and for assistance in one area, and that number is 316-7800, and that number we urge all the residents to call so that they can get the help that they need at this time. It's my understanding that the Red Cross shelter continues to be open, and that is at 201 East Samana Road. As has been stated, we just ask the residents to contact us to any assistance they may need. At this time, we're trying to coordinate the request for assistance that we may be able to provide directly or in coordination with the county. There is one area in the City of Edinburg, a neighborhood, that the last neighborhood that we're trying to get the water completely out, that they're still having we still have issues with access to that subdivision. That's Glasscock subdivision. That's north of Edinburg. As we speak, we have crews out there extending a pump that could take that water completely out, because the ditch that's been there crested and the water is actually flowing back. So we are going through this option, and that should clear out the remaining subdivision. Thank you.
Joel Rivera from the Sheriff's Department. Sheriff's Department has surged its operations to support this operation with traffic control. I would like to ask the public to please be aware of the road closures. be aware of the barricades that are there. We're currently supporting this operation with deputies at specific intersections. I think we're monitoring something like 12 intersections that really need our attention. I'd like to thank Border Patrol and our constables. They have rose to the occasion and really supporting us in what we do. Again, the roads are some of them as a result of this water are in very poor condition, so we are placing barricades over things like sinkholes, potholes that are capable of disabling vehicles. So, you know, when the roads are covered with water, drivers can't see that. It's disabling vehicles. The wakes that are being caused by people driving through too fast through neighborhoods is also a concern. We're responding to several calls for service concerning issues like that, and then we're providing security for our commissioners' offices that are working in pumping operations. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is OLIVAREZ. I'm the Chief Administrative Officer for Hidalgo County Health and Human Services. This event is going to produce a large public health concern for us. There's several areas we're looking at. One, the most important thing is we discourage anyone from walking in the flood waters, that they do not have to be in there. We really discourage any of the children playing in those areas. There is a lot of potential for different types of contaminants in those waters from a multitude of issues. The protection of those children and those families is paramount. If you do have to walk in those waters to evacuate out or to meet your needs, make sure you wear proper footwear to protect your feet. Our concern is that if you cut yourself and you may be exposed to some bacterial infections that may be in the water that may cause some infections. The other thing is if you're in a home that's been affected by the flood waters and you're concerned about the hygiene within the home or the concern with the home, we encourage the families to follow through with the Red Cross and go to the shelter at 201 East Seminole here in Edinburg. That shelter is available to help those families. The Red Cross is very, very supportive of the community in helping with that. That is very, very important. We encourage all owners of pets, maintain and control your pets. Very, very important. Because what will be happening, animal control will be going out and picking up animals that if they don't have any indication of ownership or any indication of some type of control from an owner, they will be picked up. So we ask all owners, please take charge of your pets. Very important. The growing problem for us is going to be mosquito control. Over the next several weeks, and I say weeks, plural, many weeks, mosquitoes are going to be an issue. We're already on top of that. We've already worked closely with our emergency management team and assessing those areas and getting the proper adulticide and larvicide. Right now we're focusing more on larvicide, which is the briquettes that we throw out in standing water. That's 70% effective in killing larvae and controlling mosquitoes versus the adulticide, which is the spray. That's only about 30% effective, and the weather condition plays a big role in that. So please bear with us on that. We ask for patience in that area. We have our epidemiological team is actually surveying and assessing illnesses throughout the county. We're actually work closely with our hospitals, doctor's office to see if there's any illnesses directly due to this flood or in correlation with this flood. At this point, there hasn't been anything documented. We're looking at some studies and reviewing that. Also, there's been no deaths, casualties, or any incidents from medical incidents from this as of yet that have been reported to us. And again, we want to thank our Red Cross partners for assisting us in different levels in assessing the overall public health component for our community. Thank you.
In closing, for those residents of Hidalgo County that need assistance, please call our conference line is 956-292-7750. Please call that line and we will try to provide the assistance that we can from our end. Again, 956-292-7750. Thank you.
Are we available for any
questions?
Yes.
With the sinkholes, because we were out there talking to some of those Border Patrol agents and said that were doing the traffic control, and they said there were huge sinkholes out there. So can we expect like some of those roads, even after the water's gone, to be shut down if there are huge sinkholes out there?
We are assessing that currently right now. our crews are currently taking barricades to those areas that we have a lot of concern about. There's a lot of washout, and we want to make sure that we're going to have traffic control to at least keep traffic away from there, and then move to a permanent, well, not a permanent fix, but at least address the issue to where it's safe for the residents to be accessing that roadway.
And what's the difference?
There is a air team from FEMA on the ground, and they are meeting with residents at CRCs within the Hidalgo County. They were in the San Carlos area on Friday and Saturday. They were in Alamo today. They will be in Alton tomorrow, and there's another location in Monte Alto on Friday. So if you all don't have that list, our media department had sent it out to you all to post it for those locations where they were gonna be.
On Friday, you said there were 21 affected areas. How many affected areas are there still?
We've reduced, we're somewhere around 7 sites that we're still working. Those sites, we could see we're anywhere between the next 24, 48 hours that we should be pulling out of some of those. There are some that are gonna take a little longer, it just depends on the area.
And I believe we're supposed to have thunderstorms all the way till Thursday with over a 50% chance of rain. How does the county see that affecting what's happening?
All our forces, all our assets are gonna remain in the field. We're gonna watch the storms as we did yesterday. We followed it. We went out in the field and analyzed if we needed to dispatch any new pumps. We were able to at least deal with the rains that we received. Didn't change our operations. We just continued our operations. So through the week, we're gonna continue all pumping operations and figure out where we need to be and be there.
Have you estimated some costs already?
We'll make it available. These were all the rains up until, I think up until this last one. But we got totals on there, total home sites, but we'll make it available to y'all. If you guys just give me an email, we'll forward you that data to you. And we're talking about loss, we're talking about not personal property. We're talking about roadways and all of county assets.
Yes.
We're currently doing property assessments as we speak.
Yeah.
Okay.
On the last press conference on Saturday, I believe it was said that you all were going to address the areas of highest priority first. Can we get an idea of what exactly that meant? Did that mean the places with the most water, or maybe the places where you saw more traffic?
Density of population. Obviously, the most affected home sites was our priority, and then the levels of those waters, those flood waters. They all, and well, on the map, it's on our south-east quadrant, which actually intersects 3 different precincts, which was all right in this area.
So that's the most affected areas?
This, in fact, was the most affected areas on this side. We still had all these here as well, but I would say the most displaced families happen on the southern, eastern quadrant of the precinct, as well as the city.